Hey, how's everyone doing there tonight? This is Undead Nightmare 24 back with a video. Hope everyone's doing well out there. It's going to be 31 days of Horrortober, day 23. I'm bringing you guys reviews of horror films daily for the month of October. So we're going to get into day 23. Everyone sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's get into day 23. Another first time watch for me. And what I chose for day 23 is going to be 1983's Soul Survivor. This is directed by Tom Eberhardt. He directed one of my favorite 80s horror films, Night of the Comet from 84 and Without a Clue from 88. So let's get into this film. This film starts off with like you got this pretty much psychic. She's an actress, an older actress, and she's getting these psychic thoughts about a girl named Denise that works at a radio station, and she calls her boss and pretty much tells her that to not get on a plane because she's gonna die. And the boss pretty much laughs. He doesn't believe her. But later on, the plane does crash, and like out of a miracle, she's the only survivor out of that plane. She's in shock herself. She goes to get checked. The doctor says there's everything's perfectly fine with her. So she moves on with her life pretty much. But how she starts to move on with her life, she starts to pretty much start to see these people staring at her, and she's like she's freaking out. She's like, it's real odd because you got like this little girl that she's like full of like water. She sees her at a hospital and she's just like, did I really see that, or is it really there? Am I, going crazy? So she starts to like strange events start to happen to her. She starts to pretty much she sees this doctor, the one that's checking her. They get a love interest within each other. They start to date. She's telling him what about stuff. At first, he's kind of like hard to believe, but then he cares for her, so he starts to look into it. She has another friend that's a neighbor also who she's very close to. She goes to talk to her, and she's pretty much got these people just they're kind of following her, and they look pretty creepy. They got like these white faces, and they don't look like they're alive pretty much. So she pretty much is trying to explain this. Everyone thinks she's crazy, and then all of a sudden bodies start popping up. There's some murders happening around her, people she knows, and it's starting to look like she's the guilty one. She's trying to prove to the cops that that she's sane and it's not her, that someone is tracking her down. But everyone that she sees or identifies, they've already died. So it's strange. So she's pretty much they think she's losing her mind. So has a her love interest, a doctor. His name is Brian. He starts to investigate, and he starts to find out strange stuff from like this coroner who's pretty much saying that these bodies were dead for a few days and all this, and then that their blood's going directly to their feet. So it's real odd. He say when they die, your blood's usually up or something like that. So the doctor finds out that these bodies are that they have been missing, and then they for a while, and then they show back up. So it's real odd because how's a they're like, how's a body gonna get up and leave like that? So it's real creepy. And towards more of the film, you see more of these pretty much figures just following her around and haunting her and killing everyone around her. So they're pretty much after her as well, and she's trying to escape. So that's pretty much the film. What I could get into this film. Let me get into my thoughts of the film. It's very atmospheric. It has a few slow moments, but not too bad. I really love the atmosphere in this film. And then there's a nice score, like an evil score on it. That sounds great. There's creepy scenes throughout this film that I really enjoyed. This when I picked up this film, I heard saw a lot of comments that were saying that this film was like a Final Destination made in the 80s. I agree with that. It does have a Final Destination feel to it, but 80s style. Also, I also got Dead and Buried out of this film. Obviously, not as good as that film, but this one was pretty solid. It reminded me a lot of Dead and Buried with the atmosphere. It's real creepy and haunting on some scenes. So overall, I love this movie. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably one of my favorites now from the 80s. I'm going to get my rating on this. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely a solid film. Very atmospheric and creepy. This is 1983's Soul Survivor. And this is Undead Nightmare 24. Please hit a like, comment, subscribe. Hope everyone's having a great weekend out there. Happy October. And keep it horror. Peace.